So we're here with not only JoJo, but also Chris, the general manager. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
So why did you guys come up with the name Searsucker?
That's a great question. When Brian and I first started talking about opening a restaurant in the Gaslamp, one of the challenges we had were picking a name. We loved names like Village Idiot in New York and Animal in LA, and we wanted to pick a name that had some humor to it, had a little wit to it. We discussed names like Fifth and Malarkey, that didn't work. Brian and his wife actually were driving back from LA after meeting with our designer Thomas Shoes, and they passed the Del Mar racetrack, and Brian's wife asked him, or told him, "Oh, I'm so upset we didn't get a chance to go to the Del Mar racetrack this year." And Brian said, "Yeah, I'm really bummed out. I didn't get a chance to wear my Searsucker suit." And they both said, "Wow, what about Searsucker for a name for a restaurant?" So he presented it to me, and I obviously liked the idea behind Searsucker. He had spoke a little bit about Sea and Sear being in the name, Sea being a restaurant that he used to work at in the past that was known for its seafood, so misspelling it as opposed to S-E-E to S-E-A-R. And then I said, well, there's all good ideas, but let's research the name a little bit more and figure out if this name really works for us. So when we started researching the name Searsucker, we found out that the fabric had originated in India, and it was actually a pleated fabric. It was a lightweight, it was affordable, and it was something that was worn by people with very little money back in the day. It was a suit that you could crumple up in a ball in a gunny sack, shake it out, wear it to church, and it wouldn't matter that it wasn't pressed because of the pleated nature of the fabric. We thought that was pretty cool, and that we wanted to open a restaurant that was accessible for everybody. It was not a white tablecloth. We have blue water glasses on the table to make it feel casual and approachable for everyone. And we also spoke explicitly about, like, if we didn't care whether you had, say, like a black card in your pocket or your last $20. If you were cool and wanted to be part of it, we wanted you here. So we liked that the fabric was made for everybody. The second thing that we found out was that the name Searsucker actually derived from a Hindu phrase called, and pardon me because I don't obviously speak Hindu, but it was like Shira Shakir, which directly translated to milk and sugar, meaning milk and sugar. Milk being the smooth part of the Searsucker fabric, and sugar being the textural part. So we said that was pretty cool. Food connotations. We can play that and put that on a dessert menu. The last sort of deal seal for us was that around the turn of the century, gangsters started actually wearing Searsucker suits to kind of mark their posse, look cool. So they all started identifying by wearing certain types.
So you guys wanted to be like gangster?
Well, no, not really, but yeah, I'm pretty down with it. Thank you. So at any rate, in 1908, this kid Edward Runyon, who was in graduate school from a very wealthy, affluent family, he and his buddies were out in town, and they saw these guys wearing Searsucker suits and thought, wow, they look really cool. We want to look like those guys. So him and his buddies went out and bought Searsucker suits, and it caused this huge, concern amongst their friends and families, where it was really the first time where people, very wealthy people, were actually dressing down to, look like the people. So he was quoted as saying, our friends' families can't figure out whether we've gone broke or whether we're just setting the new vogue. And we wanted to set the new vogue with the whole social dining experience.
Looking inside here, it's beautiful. The decorations are crazy cool. How did that come about?
Our designer was Thomas Shoes. He's out of LA, and he's actually someone who's been a partner with our group. He is out of LA, great guy, really gets the whole concept behind what we wanted to do, with it being kind of an open room feel where you could essentially be in our bar and look across the restaurant and see the kitchen, so you really feel like wherever you stand in the space, you're part of the space. It's not like you're off in per se like a dark corner. So Thomas designed it. A few key design elements. He actually designed our bar stools at the bar. All of the lighting fixtures were his design. He incorporated some of the ropes on these chandeliers, essentially, that he designed, as kind of a tribute to our chef Brian Malarkey growing up on a ranch. And it's funny, we get asked all the time, how does Searsucker relate to ropes in the country? And I'm not sure necessarily how I can define it, but to us it all makes sense. It all comes together in the same package.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it looks beautiful inside and out.